Welcome back to Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice. So yeah, let's continue through the dinosaur. Well, actually, no, we're done with this one. I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, okay.
Let's continue by leaving.
Let's to the next island then, which would be
Cutthroat Cove or Thunder Island.
yeah. From this,
going to be the prequel to Cutthroat Island. But the film.
yeah, from this point, we can actually go to two. We can actually pick an order, kind of. So for now, let's check out Thunder Island. Thunder Island is actually a place where you can have more bot racing. So yeah, apparently the developers were really proud of the bot racing levels because they decided to make basically this whole entire tournament slash campaign slash whatever of it, where you create your own bot so you can race. You know?
I guess it's fine. It's like, you know, essentially the revenge of Sonic rivals in a sense.
Sure, but I don't particularly care, so let's move on.
We were talking about Eggman's nipples before we started recording.
Thank you very much.
I think it was Dwebs that brought that up, was it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, and I would like to thank Deji by
and
thinking about a new Steam gift.
Now we're at Cutthroat Swamp.
Which is, I'm assuming, Jova's favorite island in the game, probably. Because it's pirate themed.
You already own Alan.
Cutscene.
No, do you?
I'm gonna say yes, also Dwebs buy him Balan.
Yeah, get it for me on PS5.
Sure.
guys.
That just bought balance so many times. Go on.
Guys,
I think I can get a look at the makeup of this thing. It might help us figure out what's causing these fissures.
Now these things wear makeup? I don't understand science at all.
There's a lot of radiation from that new element in there. Eggman called it ragnium when he kidnapped Sonic. That stuff can be dangerous in the wrong hands. And there's some more ragnium radiation, and it's running away, which is weird.
He's radioactive. That can't be good.
so it's not the really, really lethal kind of radioactivity.
No. It's the superhero kind of radioactivity. So at worst, you'll come out with superpowers.
I don't know, Jova. Like I said before, there was the Man Spider storyline.
Or mutations, depending on the universe.
Which universe are you referring to with the Man Spider thing?
The Amazing one. Like, it was originally an amazing storyline.
I think that was something that originated from the animated series. Well, okay. And when I say that, I'm specifically talking about the time when Peter himself became Man Spider.
Well, okay. How about
Separate
What the heck is
character.
Man Spider?
I know that there was the the nice cartoon, but I do know that the comics either adopted it or just originally one or two. But I do know that the
Okay.
comics have their own version of it, at least.
There was
Oh
that
god,
time when
it's
Peter
terrifying.
was.
I've just googled it. Ew.
Yeah.
Why would you do that, Edge? Okay, there was this time when Peter actually was turning into a spider because Captain America's ex-girlfriend from back during World War II times had awoken from her slumber and was turning Peter into a spider who would be her mate, essentially.
What was it, Peggy Carter?
No, it was, God, I can't remember the villainess's name. She's also the main bad guy of the Spider Island saga, so maybe you might be able to find that as well.
Yeah, I mean, in the '90s cartoon, it was because the idea was that Peter, the spider bite didn't just give him superpowers; it mutated him beyond what like it's just that the mutation kept going, like the mutation never stopped, basically. So Peter at one point does get to a point of mutation where he starts growing extra arms, because to get all the limbs a spider would have, and eventually become a proper human-shaped spider. But Craven's wife saves him from that. So,
Spider-Man
How
series.
very generous.
same. It was actually It was actually one of my favorite takes back in the day. But one thing you'll like, Webs, is that there's even during that particular saga, there's a crossover episode of the X-Men animated series, where
There's also a crossover with the Fantastic Four, a crossover with Iron Man, a crossover with Doctor Strange, and a crossover with Captain America.
Yep. But that's later, though. Like, in the Man Spider bit, it's specifically the X-Men, because basically there's the X-Men teach Peter that that they don't look, if look, we don't know what's gonna happen to you, but know that you always have here your friends here with Professor Xavier. You will always be accepted here, no matter what you become. So basically, so they help Peter with the whole problem. Basically, go on.
Also, George, that's the ultimate irony of Wolverine of all people criticizing Spider-Man for being too much of a loner.
Well, remember, Jabba, at that point in the series, remember, Jabba, at that point in the animated series, Logan was starting to get a bit more of a team player compared to how he was.
I know. It's just that even the other X-Men point out the irony of him criticizing Spider-Man for being too much of a loner, given how he used to be. But
Spider-Man has amazing fronts.
Yes. They're dead now. Thanks, Dan Slott.
Oh, right, Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Like, okay, look. I know that we love the Spider-Verse movie, but the original comic that it's based off of is pretty bad.
It's interesting because Dan Slott was also a writer for the first Insomniac game. Yeah.
Let me put it like this. Dan Slott is capable of good writing, but he's definitely going to be remembered more for the bad, especially given how his run for Spider-Man went on for way too long in the comics.
He gave us Superior Spider-Man and Silk.
Go to 7 minutes.
Okay. I like Silk. I didn't like the whole cringeworthy thing that she and Spider-Man were suddenly naturally attracted to each other due to spider instincts.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I don't know, Joe. That's kind of that is stupid.
It was. It was just another way to cockblock Peter from getting back to Mary Jane anyway. In the long run.
Hold on, and click.
There we go.
It's so weird that I was talking about this with friends last night. It's like it's so weird that they hate the idea of Peter being tied together with somebody.
In the meantime, let me just get back to the game. Like this actually gets to a point. Like by this point in the game, I'm starting. This is the point in the playthrough where I just start my brain starts going into autopilot because. Yeah, it's just one of the cases where the levels start kind of blending in together, you know, because there's only so many times I can go through the exact same freezing, melting blocks sections before it starts becoming a routine, you know?
I disagree that the levels are that similar. Though, I mean, I guess if you felt that way, then maybe that would make it feel that way, but I honestly don't feel like they're that similar.
Yeah, to me, it's just one of those cases where I feel like we needed more differentiating gimmicks in between each level. This is a problem that I will argue that sadly carried over from the previous one, where the ice and level gimmicks are a good addition, but I feel like each level should have had, for example, this one has the explosive barrels thing. Yeah, that's a good gimmick. I just wish there would be more to it.
What, like more elements?
Yeah, like something. Like, for example, this one has the barrels, but for example, let's talk about the dinosaur island. What specific gimmick did the dinosaur island have aside from, of course, I mean, you can't talk about the icing, fire and ice stuff because every island has those.
Oh,
so
obviously not. The dinosaur level essentially had the matter with the skeletons, which you had to afflict using either fire and ice, which was also there.
I guess.
But he also just said, "Don't say fire and ice."
No. What he meant, that's different.
I said the bones.
That's different. It involves fire and ice, but it's different than the blocks. That's what.
I will concede it would have been cooler if they had done I don't know, go Avatar and give them all 4 elements. It's more so
the fact that. While I do appreciate the attempts at trying to improve upon the formula, I still don't particularly care much for the overall formula they have going on with these two games. It's just one of those things where when it comes to 2D Sonic games, I feel like an attempt to. Well, let me put it this way: this gameplay style, this would have worked a lot better if this was a 3D game. Like if they had gone 3D, aka Lost World 3DS, then they could have drawn a lot more from these concepts. Because in 2D, these concepts feel like they can't really reach their full potential. Because imagine how many more cool possibilities for level design you could have had from these gimmicks in a 3D platformer compared to a 2D one. You know, I feel like this particular formula would work a lot better as a 3D platformer than a 2D one. What about you, Shiro? What do you think of the game so far?
It's fine. It definitely looks a lot better than Shattered Crystal. Music's also a little more fun.
Yeah.
Not very memorable, but I do like what I'm hearing while we're going through this. So yeah, that's it. Honestly, everything else is just fine.
Yeah. Like I said, the game, fine game. Yeah.
It's a perfectly fine game. That's it. I can't get the frustrations that this game could have also really been much better because you can see the possibility for stuff here and there. They're endless after all.
Alright, and that's it. Another one. Carry on.
Another level carried through and all that. But honestly, it is kind of a shame. Okay. I do theorize that the reason that this never got a sequel was because by the time this game came out, the Boom franchise was more or less on its way to being done anyway, so...
Yeah, no one knew that
there wasn't
this
really
game
much
was
point.
out.
Yeah, when this game came out, it got no marketing whatsoever, and basically just...
I heard that this one also sold fine, but like, you know, it's just like... I mean, again, not gangbusters.
Mm-hmm.
I do dig this racing music.
Alright. There you go. Yeah, basically, this is actually one of the first ones that implements the Fire and Ice gimmicks in a bigger way for the races. So it works better for the other laps because, like, when you're racing, when you're racing with the layout already memorized, specifically after you do at least one lap, it becomes a lot easier because you already know in advance where an ice or fire block is going to show up, so you'll be able to prepare in advance.
I do like how well they do challenge you on the first lap here and there. They give you 2 other laps where if you learn it well enough, it will reward you with the lead, essentially. It's not like you pretty much have to learn this absolutely one and done or you'll fail, essentially. Like, you know, no, I mean, each lap does give you a proper chance to catch up as well.
Well, yeah, obviously it's a free race lap. That's kind of the point. But
I know, but some games are so brutal that if you pretty much don't know it from the first lap down stat, you're more or less doomed to fail.
A free lap race. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. And yeah, this robot also. There's also a lot of grind rails, as you can see in this one. The key is that if you know the layout in advance, you'll be able to make some better jumps that will allow you to get ahead of him, as you're going to see in a moment.
This do be a Sonic game, but that's what I can say.
This what? Sorry?
This do indeed be a Sonic game.
Yeah. That's the thing, Shiroi. This game exists, it's fine, and that's it. They're like, it's the kind of game that really doesn't leave much of an impression, at least to me. Like, it was
solid 6 out of 10, like, game, I guess.
Okay, it's like I said, this game is the new Sonic Chaos, basically. It works, it's fine.
Didn't we have problems with Sonic Chaos now that I think about it, though?
Well, my problem with Sonic Chaos is that it was too easy. And this game is not exactly challenging either. So...
You're thinking of Sonic Blast, which was the ugly...
Ugh.
That is the one I'm thinking of.
The ugly one. Sonic Chaos was the one that came out after Sonic 2 8-bit. The one that was like super easy and you can finish in like 40 minutes.
Okay, no. Sonic 2... Oh, right. You're talking about Sonic Chaos. Because Sonic 2 8-bit is not easy.
No. I'm talking about Sonic Chaos. Yes?
How can I say this without angering Pedro?
What?
The way to describe this game, and I don't want him to get annoyed.
What is it?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Go on.
It's the MCU of Sonic games.
The MCU of Sonic games?
What?
I don't even get the comparison.
I don't get it.
You know the common criticism towards the MCU is that it's very safe.
Oh, okay, I got your point. I guess, but
enough.
Honestly, consider when we just had No Way Home, which is one of the less safe.
Fine. it's the Captain Marvel of Sonic games.
Sure.
No. It is not bad.
Doctor Strange.
Hey, I love Doctor Strange.
Leave this call.
Okay. You know what? Let's just stick with the old MCU stuff because, yes. We do occasionally get good stuff like No Way Home, but the MCU as a whole can be considered very safe.
Okay,
Now, mind you, safe is not always a bad thing.
Yeah.
And the MCU is a success for a good reason. That said, it could still stand to push the envelope a bit more and not be cowards about certain comic book elements, but regardless, it's fine.
Alright.
It's safe, but fine.
So what was the comparisons I overheard regarding MCU movies?
No, it was just
Yes,
that was just saying that this game feels safe, like the MCU sometimes feels safe. That's what he was saying. Like, here's the thing that even most of the MCU's quote unquote safe movies usually do leave a really good impression. Like you mentioned, this movie, this game, like I said, doesn't. Like I said before, both of these games don't even leave much impression on me. Jovo had to tell me that Amy wasn't even playable in Shadow Crystal because I genuinely forgot.
Oh, okay. I will say this in Dead's favor, though. How much impact each MCU film has left lately can vary quite a bit, and I have mentioned before that Phase 4 has had a lot that issue especially, so I can see where Dead is coming from, and, well, Eternals really didn't leave much of an impact, even though it was clearly trying to.
Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home is trying to enter Film of the Year.
I cannot believe that Spider-Man No Way Home has now officially beat Black Panther as the highest-grossing standalone hero movie. Well, actually I can because that thing has so much fueling it, so of course it will look. Like I said, Spider-Man No Way Home, despite being, a solo superhero movie, could essentially, it has the potential to outgross even Endgame, with the fact that it has crossover factor similar to, if not superior to Endgame, while also being able to be a much more focused plot, given that, well, Endgame juggles a lot of characters and plot points.
Yeah, because I think I just about caught what you guys were going for earlier. You tried to say a Sonic game is like the MCU movie of the series. Like, is that what you were going for?
Honestly, Dej, if you want
talking about this game, Dwibs.
So basically, this game would basically be the the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 of Sonic games.
Hey, I like Volume 2.
It's got
okay, see what game?
Okay, we're never going to agree on which movie this applies to.
Okay, what is the safest superhero movie that you can think of?
Well, first of all, I'd like to elaborate a bit on my points. It's got really good visuals for the time, and it has a few funny jokes here and there. But ultimately, I feel that it doesn't really quite come together as much as it could do, and indeed the series has proven to have done in the past.
Sure.
I would argue Volume 2 actually handled things way better than Volume 1 did, but regardless, I can see where you're coming from.
Anyway,
It's the Bryan Singer X-Men trilogy.
Hang on.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Pedro?
Hold on, let Shiroi finish.
No, Pedro.
Shira wasn't even saying anything.
Yeah.
No, actually, I was just wanted to get back to my previous comparison before the MCU tangent. It's just like, no, the reason I compare this to Sonic Chaos is because there's actually a lot in common. Like I said, both games are not really challenging at all. They're pretty freaking easy. Although Sonic Chaos is the easier one of the two, probably, and like I said, it's a game that feels like after the panning that the previous one got, the primary goal of this one was to just not fail. Basically, it's a game that succeeds in the most basic of ways. It doesn't excel in anything, and that's why it reminds me a lot of Sonic Chaos. It feels a lot like this generation Sonic Chaos.
Oh my god, this duology really is the Amazing Spider-Man duology of Sonic.
Yeah, I don't know, Joe.
Reverse from the sounds of it.
Except.
Hey, that's literally what I said in the previous
okay, here's
Say
the
the
thing.
reverse bit in this video.
Except,
Okay,
well, how about this, Joe? By your own standards, apparently not, considering you think Shadow Crystal is just mediocre, whereas Amazing Spider-Man 2 is just terrible.
It's like I said in the previous part. It's the Amazing Spider-Man duology, but done in reverse.
Well,
This one is just okay from what I'm seeing, whereas the first Amazing Spider-Man movie was genuinely good.
like,
It's good, but not amazing.
yeah, definitely. The thing about the first, I've watched it recently with Deji. No, here's the thing about the first Amazing Spider-Man. It's a good movie that has a lot of problems, and
Stupid.
yeah, and the
speaks into Oscorp.
what's most frustrating about that movie is that it's a good movie that could have easily been great if it had just one more draft of its screenplay, one more draft to fix all the plot holes and to tune up some things, and it could have easily been a great movie because all the necessary ingredients for a great Spider-Man movie are all there. They just needed one more. They just needed one more script draft, just one more draft, and there you go. You have a winner in your hands. According to Andrew Garfield, apparently Orky and Kurtzman's original script for 2 was really great, but then it all changed when Sony attacked. Specifically Avia Rods.
Yeah. Okay, like here, Amazing Spider-Man 1 reads like a script that really doesn't think things through. Like, it has these good ideas in its head, but it constantly blurts them out the wrong way, essentially. Especially with how Peter's secret identity is ousted. That was just dumb. And are we just never going to do anything about that lizard rat? Like, did nobody at Oscorp take notice of the fact that Kirk Connors is apparently doing something that's creating lizards there? That rat just scurried off and died. But, okay. It's kind of like this game in the sense that it's great at a lot of... Well, not great. It's good at a lot of things, but it never seems to excel at them. Except for the music. I honestly do feel like the music is...
Yeah, James Horner's music...
amazingly great.
Yeah, James Horner's music for the first Amazing movie is actually my favorite of the live-action Spider-Man scores.
I actually like this one's score more than Amazing Spider-Man 2's score. I know a lot of people seem to love Amazing Spider-Man 2's score, but...
They do?
That's like one of the most criticized scores of any Marvel movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was literally just the Electro thing that was criticized, whereas everyone else seems to say that, they prefer the Spider-Man theme in Amazing Spider-Man 2 over the first one.
The only theme that I care for...
No, I prefer the first.
Yeah, the only theme in that score that I care for is the Spider-Man theme. Okay, that's the only one.
Again,
like,
basically, Jover. It was scores like that got me really worried when it was confirmed that Hans Zimmer was doing the score for No Time to Die, and because it was just either terrible electronic music. Or just kind of really melodramatic. However, No Time to Die was a surprise.
All right, let me mention this.
Because he did one bad score that made you worried from years ago, whereas he did. Because in that time he did the Wonder Woman's theme in the DCEU, and that was really good.
Well, that's the thing though, Deji. Everything else in that decade was a really mixed bag, unless it was for a kids' movie.
To be fair, I do think sometimes, Dibs, you
Dragon Prince.
I do feel like, Dibs, I do agree that sometimes you kind of let one little slip up pretty much tarnish your viewings of a creator here and there.
But I literally just said it was his whole work throughout that decade, except for kids' movies that I didn't like.
I'm going to beg to differ on that because he had a pretty good score in 2013. Thank you very much.
Yeah, one. Well, what about all the other years?
Well, here's the thing. See, here's your problem, Dwibs. You're basically asking for Hans Zimmer to have a constant good track record of never making bad scores, because at the moment he makes a bad score, you immediately go.
That's not what I said at all.
Well, that's the thing. That's how you act, though. You claim not to be like that, but that's how you come across. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. There's coming across, and then there's what you actually say.
Well, that's the thing.
Like at the end of the day, music is subjective.
Well,
Almost everything.
Anyway.
I feel like music is like the definitive subjective. You know, unless it's country music, then you know you can clown on that.
Hey! I object to that.
So yeah.
My brother
Agreed.
plays so much crap country in the car; it is ridiculous.
No, there is legitimately good country music. It's just that malls play the bad ones.
Anyway, see you for the next.
It's also just that my brother's not listening to the good shit. But anyway, Pedro.
All right, see you for the next part.
See ya.